there's two ways to look at 2020 in COVID, and maybe we've done a bit of both. Maybe more people have done this bit than the positive bit. This is like the hindering side of things, okay? What have people been feeling during COVID? So, first of all, lots of change. And we know when we get stuck in transition, it causes terrorist-like action, which I'll share with you in a moment, okay? I'll flash the transition curve up and I'll just point out that rut for the people that haven't seen it before. People's esteem, excuse me, people's esteem has been hit. People have felt low, you know, a little bit lethargic maybe as well because of it, okay? Low motivation. It's been difficult to get motivated. There's been a few challenges to keep us going. You know, if you add in the changes of maybe working at home, then working in the office, and you know everything that's gone on. So motivation has been hit as well. People have been lonely. Isolation impact, which is what we did last week, isn't it? You know that it's a real thing. People haven't been able to have those chats in the corridor or the chat around the coffee machine or whatever it may be, okay? Anxious. People have been feeling anxious, okay? Anxious and annoyed and wary. People have been feeling depressed. Some people have got to that point where they've just gone, do you know what, this is utterly rubbish, I want to close my eyes and wait for next year, wait for the vaccine to come, okay? People have been feeling exhausted. This is quite a big one as we get to the end of the year. On the 18th of December, I'll be doing two sessions just before Christmas, okay? The Friday before the week of Christmas. And the first one is going to be It's Christmas, How to Stay in the Moment. And the other one is around mindfulness and some little tips on being mindful during that Christmas period. And the reason I've put them in on the 18th, which is a Friday, by the way, so not a normal day that we do these things. So the reason, there we go, up to 30 people now, okay. The reason I've put this in on the 18th of December is because there's lots of people telling me they feel a bit tired, they feel a bit worn out, they feel a bit burnt out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think there are some people out there that constantly tell themselves that, so you're always going to be that. But I think genuinely there is a tiredness, you know, maybe across the nation of, you know, it's been a long year, hasn't it? And you know what I mean by when I say a long year. So we've got to watch for this one, because when we're exhausted, it can flip our behaviour from helpful to hindering, okay? Stressed, and we're doing stress management at 11:30 today. If you're interested, we've got a section, we've got a presentation on that. And there you go, tired, that's in there. So I don't think anybody would maybe look at that and go, I haven't been any of them. I haven't done any of that. If you haven't, fantastic, brilliant. I look at it, and if I was to pick for me, I think anxious was probably the biggest thing for me, with having to change the way that we deliver in the business and change the business around, and you know, for furloughing the team back in March, and I think there was quite a lot of anxiety that went on there. It certainly led to a little bit of tiredness, a little bit of burnout, if you like, because working extra hours to try and get a new way to do things and all that, excuse me, all that type of stuff. So I think there's a couple of things that is kind of affected me, but the key is how long this affects you for. So it's okay if you've been, you know, impacted by one of these things, but what we need to try and do now is flip it and have a look at the other side of the coin, and actually the good stuff that we can take out of this year, as well as knowing how it's made us feel sometimes, okay?